We are live. What's happening? I got Motoramblings over here, and I got Dewey Rides down below. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but hey, what's happening, guys?
Howdy. What's going
Oh,
on?
yeah, down below.
Oh,
Hey, you're
everything's
literally like in
happening,
South
man.
America, right?
Everybody's going to have
Yes,
to bear
yeah,
with us.
I'm
There's
in
a
Peru right
slight
now.
delay. So if we talk over each other a little bit, it's just because there is a slight delay.
And Dewey's going to tell us where he's at.
Yeah, I'm currently in Peru with really bad internet. We tested the internet earlier this week and it worked fine, but it's the weekend and the hotel's full, so the internet sucks. So I may drop off quite a bit. We'll see.
Well, we're
if
super
not,
happy
Looks
to
like we
have
got
you.
quite a
You're
few
in
people
Peru,
in
huh?
here too. Hey everyone, it's good to see you. Yeah, I'm in Peru. I'm in the small town of Huachachina. It's a little oasis in the desert.
Very cool. How's the food down there? Because I got to ask.
Which is quite a bit behind where my videos are on YouTube, obviously. My videos are currently in Colombia.
We're already delayed.
Yeah.
I ask about food. He's talking videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Right,
Am I
Patrick?
dropping out again?
Yeah.
You're delayed.
And we're missing some of what you're saying. But
Motoramblings has a slight delay anyway, Mr. McStash. What's up, Jason?
That's because I'm old, Jason.
And while Dewey figures out his internet, he's going to drop in and out tonight. We're going to say hi to Salty and Sprinkles, Carson, the adventurous rider, Maurice N., who I met at FAM, cool dude, Travis, My Done Life, Setzer Pendants. What's up, Jason? Hopefully I got that name right. We have Patrick in the side chat. What's up, Patrick?
Not much. How are you?
Got my buddy Jack. Yeah, look at that. He says, "What's up, y'all? How you doing?"
Hey, Travis. Good to see you two in here.
Yeah, and Dewey will be back in just a minute. So,
all right, John. While we're waiting for him,
we're
waiting for him, see if you can type up the name of the town that he's in and put it in so that the people in the chat can see it and look it up. It's incredible.
Do you know how to spell it?
Cuachinata. I don't know, something like that.
He's coming back. We'll ask him.
He can spell it. But for anybody who's watching, look this thing up. It is so cool. They just built this oasis in the middle of the desert, and that's where Dewey is staying.
Oh, I know where he's at. Yeah. So I can post a link to where he's at. This is like a motorcycle mecca in Peru. Check this stuff out.
Maybe.
Hey, there you are.
So I've just posted in the side chat. That is where Dewey is currently staying. Maybe if we send them 63 cents a day, each of us, they can afford decent Wi-Fi. Because he's already froze up again. It's just going to be, me with special guest Motoramblings and occasionally a couple of words from Dewey Rides before he drops back out again.
But so we'll have to kind of carry it on, let people know what he's going with, where he's at.
And Jason's been drinking again. He says he's on his phone, so bear with him.
No, Patrick.
Yeah, we got nothing, Dewey.
Yeah. Try it again now, Dewey. I can see you moving.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. This may be the game all night. I don't think the internet's going to cooperate very well.
Touch your nose if you need help. If you're being held hostage, touch your nose.
So, all right, before you disappear again.
No hostage. I haven't had any trouble like that, obviously. I had the Mexico incident, but other than that, nothing.
So, all right, before you go again, tell us where you're at right now.
Yeah, I'm in Huachina, Peru, which is a little oasis town in the desert here. And sort of 4 hours south of Lima or so, 3-4 hours south of Lima. So it's quite a bit, I'm quite a bit farther than where my videos are at. My videos are still in Colombia. because obviously I film a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot every day, so there's a lot to put into the video. So they're quite a bit behind where I'm really at. But that's
Okay.
good too. I don't like to advertise exactly where I am
Right.
most of the time.
But if you follow him on Facebook and Instagram, you can get a little closer idea of exactly where he's at and more of a timely manner.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
my
you
Instagram
can.
is still and Facebook are still a little bit behind.
Well, we probably have
Yeah,
his
do it on.
personal
I mean, I have a
Facebook.
lot of pictures though too. So yeah, my personal Facebook I do update, but that's not to share with everybody. That's why I update it, because it's not public.
Okay.
That way
All
my
right,
mom can see where I'm at.
Now tell us how long
my
you've been
close
there
friends.
and why you've been there.
Hi, Ty.
Wakachina.
Yeah.
Say that
I've been
5
in
times fast.
Wakachina for 3 days because because I needed a break. I'd been riding a lot of days without a break, so I needed a couple days off the bike to just let my body kind of rest, which I did a really bad job of because I have been just as busy these last 2 days doing all sorts of touristy things that I have probably been just as hard on my body as I would have been riding the motorcycle. But it's nice to have a break off the bike for a couple of days after riding.
Hey, Roger.
Burning the thin lines.
Yep.
Roger.
All right. Now, you had told me a little bit about why you needed a break. Let people know why you needed to take a few days off right now.
Well, I'm kind of trying to get south quite quick, and because of that, because of the weather window to get to Patagonia and for Christmas and things like that, I want to be farther south, and to do that, I have to go pretty quick. And the fast route to do that in Peru is northern, the northern Pan American Highway, which kind of runs along the coast of Peru, which is just a brutal, inhospitable, desolate stretch of road. I rode for 3 days with a constant 20 to 30 mile an hour crosswind through the desert. And it was nothing but sand and sand blowing across the roadway, sand blowing into me. I had a red spot on the side of my neck where between my helmet and my jacket, the sand kept hitting the same spots and blasting. So I had a red stripe right there from just being sandblasted by the wind. So
Sandblasted.
After that, and then Lima traffic, which was an absolute nightmare. There's traffic, and there's city traffic, and then there's South American traffic.
And we've got a
the new
comment
bike.
incoming here.
That's
going to be him dropping out.
It's a great question, and he will get to it.
Yes, we'll get back to that one. We're missing a lot of what Dewey's saying.
Yeah.
So I'll talk over him. I haven't seen riding in the Ozarks video this morning, but probably gonna get a fine. Yeah, delivering bikes early is kind of against the MoCo. They don't particularly care for that.
I'm back. No, am I back?
Yep,
you're back.
We can hear you, Dewey.
All right.
There we go. All right, so we brought the question back up so you can see it.
Yeah, I really, really like the new bike. At least in the off-roading that I've done, it's easier to ride than the DR. Now, that's not saying it's better than the DR. I think I may have gotten the suspension set slightly better. I learned on the DR, I tried to do a compromise suspension where with the preload dialed all the way back, it would be soft enough for me to ride without luggage, and then try to crank the preload all the way to the max to ride with the luggage. And it wasn't ideal for either. So this one, I set up the rear suspension. The spring is set for when luggage is on the bike solely. And it is incredibly stiff when I take the luggage off. If I zip around town, you can feel that there's no movement in it because I don't have the luggage on it. And I think that better balance makes a big difference. But I really, really enjoy it. It's an easy bike to ride. But I miss the passing torque of the DR650. The 250 does not have a lot of passing power when you need to. When you're at 13,000 feet, you need to pass a semi truck on a short straightaway. You've got to plan ahead for that move. You can't just suddenly grab the throttle and because it's not going to go. You've got to row it down 3 gears and make that pass.
You better be going downhill.
Downhill helps a lot, yes. But the trucks go fast downhill. You don't have to pass them. They'll go 70 miles an hour downhill and 15 miles an hour up the hills. So it's on the uphills where you really need to pass them.
Now, this latest video you showed one road going up the mountain that had the 2 lanes. I bet that was so nice.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. That was a neat thing they did. It had been that same road was 2 lanes with a lot of truck traffic. And then they split it and they built a new highway that was 2 lanes, and they converted the old highway into 2 lanes going the same direction. So you basically had the entire old highway, and you got to keep zipping through it with both lanes. And the trucks, there was not enough traffic to be a problem with 2 lanes. So it was a fantastic ride.
Good. Yeah, it looked awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
Roger, what's
I
your
ended
thoughts
up,
of fried chicken?
I don't know. It's pretty good at that. Some of it. What's funny is the other day for breakfast, I pulled into a little roadside shack that had a sign out front that said Desayuno. And I asked what they had for breakfast, and it was fried fish or fried chicken. So I went with the fried chicken for breakfast.
Yeah, I don't think I do fish for
Those
breakfast.
were their only 2 options.
Yes, but the
That's
big
smart.
question,
Not
what
have
he
to ride a
didn't-
motorcycle all day either.
what he didn't ask is if it got stuck between your teeth.
Yeah, that's been Roger's go-to lately.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes, he's got a piece of
Is there
chicken
an
stuck in
inside
his
joke there?
teeth.
If you watched my latest video, yes.
Yeah,
the MADDR.
I haven't. I'll be honest. I don't have a lot of time to watch YouTube videos these days, so I have some catching up to do.
Yeah. But when you do finally watch it, you'll get what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I can
with
break
the
into my
fried chicken.
bottle of.
there you go. So you've got Pisco there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What is
What could
Pisco?
go wrong? Oh, it's better than Pisco. Pisco is, it's like a brandy almost. It's made from grape. So I got
Looks like
this
a
is
wine.
better than Pisco. This is basically condensed milk, blueberry flavoring, and Pisco all in a bottle. So what could go wrong? I've had decongestions because my nose is running, and I've got a bottle of the local local booze.
So if you
I
just
see
passed
nothing
out
good.
stuff
Figure out how
because
to
you're
open it.
video pros.
Nothing good is going to come from that. How are the
Felt bad.
GoPros?
I went
working
to a
for you down there?
Pisco and wine tasting day.
So you're already half in the bag.
Not great all the time. And I
Hey,
just,
Hi, Diane.
This is
and
for-
I
this
also
is for
just
Dewey.
realized that as I was looking back,
Did you see that comment, Dewey?
I was just looking back at old footage.
He didn't hear you.
I do.
That's my mom.
Oh,
Hi, Mom.
hi Diane. It's great to see you on
Hi, Patrick's
here.
mom.
Thanks again for letting me stay there in Florida. I had a fantastic time.
And it wasn't this John she was talking to. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Foot inserted in mouth. Good times.
She's been asking about John ever since he and I stayed there.
Too many jokes.
Well, and it's funny because she'll say, "How's John doing?" And I take a minute because I'm like, "Oh, you mean Dewey?"
He's up again.
Yep.
And for Mom, John Road Reality is
Well,
going
it's
to
interesting
highlight
as I
the
can
next
hear
comment
you.
that says, "Hi, Mom."
But I can't
That's
see
from
Patrick
Roger.
anymore.
Oh, I can see everybody. I'm moving around. You know, this is like 1990s internet again.
So, John, if you highlight the comment right above Travis's from Roger,
Roger.
tell I want my mom to know that's Roger because Roger's been to my mom's as well.
Ty got him. Got him. Yeah, we lost Dewey again, but that's okay. So, Patrick, how you been, man?
I'm doing well. I'm a little tired today. We had the 5-year-old all day.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah,
I have a 5-year-old every day.
I know, but you're also a hell of a lot younger.
Not that much younger.
Yep. I can't
Not that
say
much
how
younger.
old I am if my mom's watching.
Well, your mom's just 39, so
Yeah.
that makes you a young pup.
Yep.
Benjamin Button over here.
But yes, Mom said she might pop in real quick just to say hi to John because she misses him after he stayed for a while and had so many great conversations, and she just got so interested in his trip. So it's kind of why we're doing these live streams here.
Yeah, hopefully he'll stop at a place with better Wi-Fi next time.
Yeah, hopefully. Yep.
Young and dumb. Travis. It's funny, he was talking about suspension. I've been talking to all these people that got the suspension technologies put on their Harleys, and they're all loving it. So I'm looking forward to getting mine. You can see the boxes behind me.
Right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that. I think it's going to be fun.
Oh, I bet it will be. I bet it'll be awesome. You
I
might
bet
have
it's
some.
going to handle unlike anything I've ever had.
I was just gonna say it's almost gonna be like riding a new bike.
Look at everybody
oh,
drink. Everybody
Hey, my
drink.
mom's watching. Dewey, stop guzzling.
It just froze up on him for a second.
Is that the drinking game? Is every time I disconnect or every time I drink, you guys drink?
Every time you drink, we drink, but we're going to get drunk if it freezes when you're like this.
I don't think I can get drunk on Gatorade.
You can if you add enough vodka to it.
I'm not sure that.
I think he froze again.
Yeah, he did. Carson, I'm not putting it on myself. I want to go boing boing smooth and not boing boing splat. That's my go-to response from everybody that's been asking.
You can have Carson come do it for you.
Well, you know what? What are we? We're about 20 minutes in. I can spoil just a little bit of the surprise.
I knew you couldn't resist.
No, those boxes have the stock parts in them. I couldn't wait, and I almost had it done last week, but the parts are on the bike. So, yeah, these are stock. Dewey, are you with us? Yeah, Dewey's not with us. Hold on. I'm doing filler here. I'm Tom Petty trying to fill it up, you know? This is what the stock shocks look like on a Harley. Wait, where's the light?
Now you need to explain to everybody why you have stock Harley parts in the box.
Because the suspension technology is on the bike.
Aha. See, that's what you didn't tell everybody.
I didn't say that they were installed?
No.
Oh. Dewey's back.
I'm switching to the it's on cell service, which is better than the Wi-Fi. I don't know how much data I have left, so I'm probably going to be out of data to navigate in the morning.
That's okay. You don't need to navigate. You just need to be on screen with us.
Yeah, I've just got to be able to hear it.
Yeah. So I was busy filling up the time waiting for you to come back by spoiling my own videos by saying I have the suspension technologies installed on the Harley already.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, a little spoiler here and there. Spoiler, I go to Peru after Colombia and Ecuador.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Sorry.
Speaking of which, you have plans to leave there tomorrow, but you also have some other plans tomorrow. Tell us about that a little bit.
Hang on, Patrick. I can't hear you. Let me see if I can get the volume louder. I don't know if I can.
No, he can't. Can you hear me?
Barely.
Yeah, you got to turn your volume up. He froze. So anyway, this whole week will be suspension technologies. I got 3 videos coming out around it. Stay tuned, everybody. It's going to be exciting times. I got some good stuff in the works. Did you hear me then, Dewey? Did you turn the volume up? Did I give you enough talking to where you can pick up
barely. Like I said, it's not your problem. It's my phone. Like it's.
Got it.
I think it's trying to send the audio through the headset instead of the speaker, and I don't know how to set that. So.
Do you have a Bluetooth headphone?
What's up, Corey?
What's up? Oh, yeah, I got to think about where I have a cable to connect headphones. I have one because I have to have an adapter, a USB adapter. I have no idea where it is. And you can see this is what happens when you're on the road and multiple days is everything I have is just in a disaster pile right now.
Okay.
And, I'm doing laundry in the bathroom. So we get that fun too.
So
That's the
Travis,
constant game of travel like this.
yep. So Travis has got this. Patrick is a little soft. You need to be nice to me. I'll talk louder, but my mom's watching. Don't talk about how I'm soft in the head.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Patrick.
Yeah. That I want to know what you're doing next.
We froze up his cell signal. No, I'm kidding. So what do you got? A big mess over there?
And John found the buttons to play with, I see.
Yeah, I'm trying. I was trying to get you over here on the right-hand side, but it doesn't do that.
Oh, I'm good wherever I'm at, John. It's not that important.
There we go. Motoramblings wants to know where to next, Dewey.
Where to next? Next in Peru is the Nazca lines. It's about 3 hours from here. I already booked a small plane flight so that I can see them from the air. So that's going to be really cool. And then after that's Chile, and keep going south for a very long ways.
That's awesome. What's the total length of this ride from starting in Colombia?
Say that again.
You started in Colombia, right? So
yeah, I started in Bogota. I went kind of north a little bit in Bogota, from Bogota, and then kind of looped around a little bit to the west, and then basically I've been going due south. So some things, I didn't get to work as I wanted. The beginning of Ecuador, I really wasn't a fan of, but as I got farther south in Ecuador, it kind of started to grow on me. So I'm actually looking forward to getting to go back and see more of it. But I'll probably spend more time in the south part of it. And Peru, I'm holding my breath to see what it looks like on the way back. The last couple of days here were pretty decent, but for the most part, I haven't been a huge fan of Peru. But I haven't seen the mountains and all the stuff. I mean, obviously with Machu Picchu and the Andes and stuff, there's stuff to see. I just, because of the time constraint to get south, I didn't see that part of it yet. So when I get back, on my way back north, the plan is to go see all that stuff. So I'll hold out on feeling really bad about Peru until I get a chance to do that.
we have a question from Patrick because he doesn't want to interrupt. He's too polite.
Yeah, so
no, because he can't hear me.
I'm trying to get to Patagonia where the weather is good. One, you kind of have mid-December to beginning of February is the only weather window down there, because you're as far south as it's going, like way up into Canada going north. So it's like doing an Alaska trip in a lot of ways. You have a very small, you can do it. So to be able to do that, I need to get south pretty quickly. And I am also hoping to meet my family in Chile for Christmas. So that's something I have to look forward to. So that's kind of the goal, to try to get to Chile for Christmas for that.
That is too cool. I love it. They're flying down to hang out with you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going to see when I get down there. If the weather is okay, I'm going to go to the real southern point, the one on the dirt road that goes out to the observatory. If the weather is not good, I'm probably not going to want to do that dirt road in the pouring rain just to get there. But we'll see. Maybe I will. I didn't make it all the way to Dead Horse when I went to Alaska. So if I don't make it to the very southern tip, or even Ushuaia, I'm not really going to feel bad. Biggest thing for me is that I want to see some of the stuff in Patagonia with Torres del Paine and Fitzroy and the Marine Glacier and all of that stuff. It's the stuff I really want to see. So that's the important part for me to get to is that stuff. Not saying I got to the most southern point.
I gotta say, the pictures and everything you're posting is just absolutely gobsmacking. Just the vistas are just so scenic.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, there were some amazing places.
Of course, we lost him. You shouldn't be that big, Patrick.
No.
But Travis, I can answer. I'm riding my own bike, and so is Patrick, and so is Dewey.
So is Dewey.
2 different states and 2 different countries total. So that's where we're at with that. Dewey will join us back in a minute. But yes, what he's doing is crazy town. I don't think I could do it.
I don't have the balls to do it. I don't have the guts.
Oh yeah, big talker now that his mom left the live stream. Just saying.
She knows I don't have the guts.
You said the B word though.
Ooh.
I know. Whose beard is longer, yours or mine?
Oh.
Yeah. You got a little bit of length on me on the beard. On the beard. It's a family show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Santa Claus over there.
Yep. And I'm getting fat enough to be Santa Claus too.
Yeah, we can tell. Your internet costs more. So he's gonna ride back. Patrick is grayer. Yes, he is grayer. I'm getting there. I got little whiskers of gray in there. It's a whole to do.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
I'd rather just all go white at this point and be done with it. Having it all mixed up is no fun.
Yeah, I know, because I went through that too.
I don't like you in my spot. That's my spot. Head of the table right here. It's my spot. Every patriarch has one. How old is Road Reality? The website is 13 years old.
Not good.
I'm in my 40s, Corey. I'm in my 40s. I didn't have any I didn't have any grays until I had kids though. Oh, Patrick's going to go with 42. Good guess. Wrong.
That's not me.
Patrick is 57. Did I say Patrick? I meant Travis.
Yep.
There, yeah, life, universe. Yeah, you know what? Being a trophy husband is really hard, okay? And nobody said I was first place.
I'm typing in a bunch of questions for John because he can't hear me. And apparently I'm soft to most people. Soft in the head, according to Travis.
Pretty much.
I'm hoping when Dewey comes back, he sees some of these comments, or you can highlight them and he can answer when he's available.
I think he lost all his data. Yes, Corey, I am a participation trophy. I'm all right with that. We're all going to do shots now because we're all adults. I'm kidding. We don't do shots. Yes. So, Travis, what you should buy is a Ram 1500 Limited with the air suspension and everything else. Patrick, to answer your question, 28K, 9K, and I have a belt, not a chain.
I know.
Patrick doesn't know anything about motorcycles?
Not a thing.
Nope, not a clue. But Corey wants to laugh, and I think he's laughing at you.
Well, he should laugh at me.
Probably laughing at this guy right here. This is too much fun. We're going to have to, I think we're going to have to open this up to a wider chat if Dewey doesn't come back. And I knew it as soon as I said it.
I'm back on the computer. That was me officially out of date on my cell phone.
John,
now you can't navigate tomorrow. You're screwed.
Now, before you leave,
I'll buy some data in the morning.
So, Dewey, remember, the sun rises in the east and settles in the west. So, depending on what your watch says, the sun should be to your right or left as you're headed south. Okay?
Yeah, that's not the navigation I'm worried about. It's when you get into city traffic and city roads that I really need it, or to try to find hotels. So, we'll get.
Just look for the word
if I did in
hotel.
the morning, I can buy it just down the street.
Now,
Well,
when you were in this country, you rode with some pretty awesome people, right, Carson? And now that you've been down there, you've ridden with some pretty awesome people. Tell us a little bit about some of the folks you've ridden with.
so the one place I spent quite a bit of time
Donkey
was
Sunrise.
at Donkey Sunrise in Colombia. And though actually the end of my last video was me pulling up to their gate, and The whole next video is kind of about some of my time there. The next couple of videos are going to be about it. But I initially told him I wanted 2 nights there so that I could do laundry and stay a night off the bike. And I ended up staying for 2 weeks because I had a fantastic time. They're fantastic people. We went out and rode all over the area. They're in a beautiful part of Columbia. It was really great. So I enjoyed that a lot. And then a couple of people I met that were coming through there, I ended up meeting up with or riding with farther down the trip because we shared contact information and were able to meet up again. There was a couple from New Zealand that I met up with a couple of times. One of them was in Quito. There's another rider from South Dakota that's doing the same trip I am. Him and I rode together for a day, and then we ended up meeting up later. And we may keep meeting up again, depending on kind of how fast I move and where they're at.
That's awesome.
You'll also see I got together with Nomad on 2 Wheels. He has a YouTube channel that is not nearly as big as it should be because he's doing pretty amazing stuff.
That's how I feel about your channel.
And well, I don't know how he only has like 100 followers. And the guy's riding around the world on a T7. I don't know how he doesn't have thousands of followers. And he's an amazing rider. He goes to really, really awesome stuff. He takes on roads that I'm certainly not going to take on.
And he takes him with a T7.
Yeah, I met up with him and spent a couple of days with him. That was fun.
He probably
He
doesn't
takes him
have
with a T7 with luggage, right? None of these people are doing stuff unloaded.
He probably doesn't have the
Yeah.
SEO game locked down.
Yeah, go check out his channel, and especially if anybody's thinking of doing a trip like this. I do a terrible job at filming what the process at borders is like. It's like, oh, I'm at the border. Oh, I'm through the border, and I'm on to the next thing.
Right.
But he has some fantastic videos about crossing some of the more troublesome borders, like the Nicaragua border, where he goes, into all the process of you go to this building and get this page stamped and you make copies. Then you go to this building and you have your stuff x-rayed. You get this stamp and you need this signature from this building. And he walks it through step by step. It's a great resource, actually.
That is good.
So I want to break in. Corey's got a question about nav. Are you using a Garmin? Because earlier you said you needed your phone. Or is that just for like finding a specific?
I use both. What I usually do, because generally they differ. Generally, both of them end up being wrong at some point, and you kind of use your best judgment of when to go down a road and when not to, with what the GPSs are saying down here. So I use both. What I do is I put the destination in if it's available in Garmin. A lot of times hotels and things, they don't have the point in the Garmin software, so I can't put it in. So I can just put the city center of the town that I'm trying to go to. And for specifics to get to a hotel, then I need Google or something, and I have that paired in my helmet, so I get the turn by turn for that.
Now, off the subject of the Garmin, when is your cutoff date to turn around and start coming north?
I mean, I don't know that I have a hard date.
Okay.
My goal is to kind of be in the very south towards, try to get to Ushuaia and maybe toward the end of January, and then start working my way back north from there.
Okay. And the weather should be good if you wait that long?
Yeah. Usually it's kind of into February, they say, is when the weather can get questionable. Some years people, are able to go to the first week of March. Some years it's, early February when the snow starts and things like that down there. So I think the end of January is about going to be my best bet. But
and how long do
I
you
also don't know how long I don't know how long some stuff's going to take me. I may be there earlier. I really want to do the Caratar Austral in Chile, which is about a 1,000-mile dirt road in the southern Chile through their Chile and Patagonia.
Wow.
But I don't know, sometimes, what, as you know, on dirt roads, you don't know if you can do 40 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour, and it can vary wildly. So I have zero idea how long that's going to take me. Yeah.
Hopefully you have exit ramps to get off of it.
No, it's kind of the only road. It's you're on it or you're not.
So you're committed.
Yeah, I want to do it. I think that it's one of the last few real adventure roads left for people to ride.
Okay.
Some of the more famous ones, like the Route of 40 in Argentina, is mostly paved now. There's only patches of it that are gravel.
That's funny. I've heard of
A
that
lot
one.
of a lot of these famous, adventure roads that people like me, like I, 20 years ago was reading stories about people riding these roads.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the inspiration for wanting to do this.
Right.
And
Now, Route of
some of
40
those roads just aren't an adventure now.
right. But Route of 40 might be mostly paved now, but that wind is still going to
Yeah,
be
the wind is still a real deal. The wind is definitely still a real deal. So,
Yeah.
it's still very, very long. It's a lot of miles and a lot of isolated miles. So it's no picnic, but it's not. I don't think it's what it used to be.
Right. I remember seeing the
Something like
videos where it was like all mud.
yeah, something like the Caratal is still very, a very remote, very adventurous ride. And
Okay.
so I think kind of, Mongolia, the Pamir, and things like that are kind of the last real big adventure roads left, and this one I can get to. So,
All right. Well, speaking of adventures, what are you going to do about the Darien Gap?
I will ship the bike back. That's still contingent on me being allowed back in Mexico at some point.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. It makes no sense for me to try to ride into Central America if I still can't go into Mexico. So
Yeah,
from
'cause you
there,
can't get
I
out.
would, I'll probably, from Colombia, ship it back to Miami or something like that, and then ride around the US or something until my money runs out or I want to be home. We'll see. If I'm allowed back in Mexico, then I'll ship the bike from Colombia to Panama, ride
Okay.
Central America, Mexico back up. But
Yeah,
that's all to be seen.
Now,
those
how will you know?
those roads don't sound like anything I want to put my Harley on. It might get the bike dirty.
Yeah, you definitely don't.
Yeah.
You might get them very wet. Might get yourself minus a bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wet I can do, muddy not so much.
No, when
Yeah,
I mean
you think
wet,
a
I mean like
DR6
in the ocean wet.
Oh no.
and you think a DR 650 draws attention in these countries because it's a big bike. Imagine pulling up on your Harley. That would,
Oh gosh.
Oh, you know what?
you-
If
everybody would know you were in town.
if I took my Harley overseas anywhere, I would have it wrapped in one of those rusty vinyl patina things, where they print out the vinyl to look rusted and patinaed, and then wrap the bike in that, so it's just like, it looks like it's been weathered for 40 years.
Highlight Carson's
It
last
doesn't
comment.
matter. Your motorcycle's 4 times the size of any other motorcycle you're going to see.
And 4 times as slow.
That's a good question, Carson. I mean, there's always times, I miss my friends and family. There's no doubt about it. They're my friends and family. But I also really enjoy getting to do what I'm doing. So I don't know that I haven't felt anything that's like, I don't want to be here. I want to be home. I haven't had a day like that, but I certainly miss people a lot. But with technology now, I get to FaceTime with my mom and my sister and do stuff like this. So, that part of it is fantastic. So I feel a little bit connected all the time. It's not so isolating because I have the ability to FaceTime somebody anytime I want.
Yeah, just don't bring your bike to Shade Tree Sturgeon.
Yeah, I still don't know what happened there. I have to catch up on my watch later queue. It was like
This
a
is
year
old.
ago.
What Travis is talking about is old.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I'm so far behind, dude.
And when I don't have enough time to watch every YouTuber, obviously. So I watch Patrick and Road Reality and people small channels that I really like the people, and even those I don't get a chance to watch while I'm on the road very much. But I don't have time to watch a lot of the big YouTubers. I just don't. So guys like Shade Tree, I haven't watched in ages.
And I have to be honest with you, Dewey. I don't hold it against you for not watching my videos anymore. I was mad for
I
a
watch
minute.
some when I get a chance.
Yeah, they're long.
If I get Yeah, yeah. Here's the if you make a 6-minute video so that I have time to, watch it in the bathroom or something on my cell phone when I have good Wi-Fi, I might get a chance. But
It's
I
funny
got
we
one
say
for
that.
you. I got a 7-minute video coming out this week.
Yeah, those are the good ones. But
What's up,
it's
Scott
funny you
Ross?
say that. He actually nailed us on
That's
where
it.
we watch our videos in his last video.
I did. I got them all. I mentioned that in a couple of videos, but they're all spread out because we're still in October, and then we're going to do December, and then back to October again. It's good fun.
Scott, we know who won the VMAX too. Pretty awesome that he actually got to win it, and it's somebody we all know.
I know. I can't believe some goofy bastard won it.
That's crazy. I love it.
Oh, is that really who won it?
Yep.
Yeah, goofy bastard won the
Won that
VMAX.
VMAX.
Yeah, it's totally awesome.
Cool.
Somebody in our little community won it.
I know. And now, anybody that hasn't watched the Shade Tree live stream on that one, he called Goofy on the phone to tell him he won, and Goofy's letting out Goofy's expletives. So, of course, it was fun to watch. But then Shade Tree and Shay Lisi were all like, "Oh, this is awesome! This guy is awesome! I can't believe this guy won. He's such a great winner for this stuff, So that was really cool.
Dropped the F-bomb 100 times.
I would have too. There, that's better.
Mm-hmm. But,
Yep.
So you're going to turn and you're going to come north. You may have to ship the bike depending on Mexico. How are you going to know if you have to ship the bike or not? You got to call somebody? How's that work? When you come back, you can answer that question.
Yeah, he froze up on us again.
Yep.
Oh, poor bastard. We got like a solid 10 minutes out of him this time.
Yeah, that was good.
That's what she said.
While we're waiting for him, you dropped the bomb on your new suspension. Have you taken a ride on it yet?
I have taken a couple of rides, one of which will be shown this week, probably Friday's video. And then the follow-up to that will probably be in February when I finally get around to chronological order again.
All right. Well, then, give us a hint. What do you think so far?
It's going to take some getting used to. It is a completely different bike. So I'm over the moon, but slightly trepidatious because you'll see why in the video. But it's quite the to-do. I was genuinely impressed with what's going on. So I don't want to give too much away because then nobody will want to watch. But I do have a secret squirrel video that I am working on, and I have the footage for. I've already recorded it, but I got to do a talking head here where I can explain what I'm seeing and why this suspension makes such a difference over stock. So I have footage to scientifically explain what's going on. Mr. G, take care, buddy. Good to see you. Uh-huh. That's his catchphrase. But yeah, I've got some sort of scientific footage to show what's going on.
All right. Well, who did you have put it on for you?
I went to my local Harley dealer that did my last service, and they knocked it out in a day. Nice.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was pretty quick turnaround. Wasn't too expensive, and I wasn't going to do it myself. I'm not going to blame you. And I wasn't going to wait till spring either.
I'm not Carson. I'm not rebuilding motorcycles.
Yeah, I don't have a garage. People don't realize I have the trailer and I have a driveway that's full of cars. So I don't have the space, time, tools, or knowledge to do this stuff. And instead of having a garage, I have to pay somebody.
I have the space. I have the time. I have, the garage full of motorcycles here, but I don't have that.
Right. That's why you bought a Goldwing, because nothing ever breaks on it.
Exactly.
Hey, busted. Yeah, I already got it done, man. I showed earlier. You go back and watch it later after I've monetized it. But I've got the stock parts in the suspension technologies box back there. Look, I can point at things and aim at them. Look at that.
Nice.
I'm getting good at this.
You should be a weatherman.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, I'd make the mistake of wearing green one day.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. I don't know if Dewey's coming back. Every time I mention he's coming back, he shows up, but I don't see him in the green room here waiting on me.
He might be getting tired of trying.
That could be. You know what? If he messages me, nope, he hasn't messaged me yet on Facebook. So we'll give him a couple more minutes, and if he doesn't show up, we could actually we could either move it to your channel or we could do an open mic night.
Okay.
So,
yep. That's fine with me. Check your private chat. See if he's said anything to you there.
Oh. No, he hasn't said anything there.
Okay. Okay. And so, well, while we're waiting for him, what else is going on with you as far as riding and cameras and?
Oh my God. Hey, there you go. Dewey's back. Thank goodness.
Yeah, well, we had a good run for a few minutes before it disconnected.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on them streaming dance music down in the lobby, using up all the bandwidth. I get a better signal there, so I was gonna go down in the lobby and show you because my bike is parked right next to the swimming pool in the lobby. It's hilarious, and I was gonna go sit down there and do the stream, but
that's awesome.
not with the dance music going.
So, when you get back to the States, do you have an idea? Are you just gonna beat feet to get home? You're gonna take a tour of the States and some of the places you've never been?
He's thinking. There's a loading screen above his head.
You need to ask.
Yeah,
him.
no, you're gonna have to repeat that. You kind of were garbled on my side.
Wait. Dewey, when you get home, are you going to beat feet home, or are you going to travel the U.S. a little bit and around? See, I caused him to freeze this time. My fault. My fault. While we wait for him to come back, I can try to answer your question.
Oh,
there he is.
Yeah, no, can hear you too.
Yep.
No, I could hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
Okay. Now can you try repeating it?
I'm going to let John ask it
because
you can hear him better.
So, Dewey, when you get home, are you going to beat feet back to Portland, or are you going to wind your way around the U.S.? I don't know. I think he froze again. Nope. Every time I say he froze, he unfreezes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beat feet or travel the U.S.? What are you doing when you get home? Go. Unfreeze. Freeze. Unfreeze. Freeze. Red light, green light, something.
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to go back to work. I'm going to need money. That's going to, obviously be first. And then, we'll see. I really haven't thought about.
He hasn't thought about it. There it is. Question answered. I can tell you, if you're willing to babysit, you can stay at my house for a while.
Yeah. I mean,
this is great. This is like 1990s AOL dial-up instant messenger chat room bowl stuff. I've kept it clean so far, damn it. Hey, look who's in the chat. Smearing a cowboy. What's happening, buddy?
Yep. So we can see you.
Yeah, I can hear you. So
okay, good.
You can hear me.
Okay. We can hear you, but every time we try to get an answer to that particular question, we lose you.
We're not going to answer. We're not going to ask it anymore.
Give it a try again. Let's hope.
Okay. You said when you get home, you're going to look for work and all that stuff. But I told you, if you're willing to babysit, you can spend a few nights at Casa de Road Reality.
Well, Health and Human Services might take issue with that. We'll see. My babysitting style maybe not the best.
I have rolls of duct tape and child-sized straitjackets. We're good. That's a joke for the feds that are watching. The federales, if you will. Hey, how's your Spanish? I've noticed it sounds better in your videos.
Yeah.
Can't do it on cue.
Yeah, I mean, I'll figure it out. I mean, certainly, I I haven't put a ton of thought into it, but this isn't my only big adventure. There's other stuff that I want to do and see that I'll do at some point in my life. So it'll just be when and how I'm going to make it happen.
No, I hope you at least get to Western North Carolina.
But yeah, well, that's definitely, what, no matter what happens, Patrick, I'm going to make a trip out there. You know, there's no doubt about that.
Awesome.
Even if I fly out there, and see you and John and everything, I had such a great time riding with you. I definitely want to do it. I want to ride some twisties though, instead of those Florida roads.
Right. If you fly out, I've got 2 motorcycles, so we can have a blast.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, bring your own bike.
I
You
can
come
answer
to visit
Scott's.
me.
No, I have not a lot of desire to work in the motorcycle or travel industries. I have a pretty good job doing IT stuff, so I will be sticking with that. I enjoy it. I'm good at it, so I don't have any desire to change industries.
Good for you. I want to work in the motorcycle industry.
I don't want to work.
Yeah. Do it. I want to do it Patrick style.
Retire.
You had to do it. Yeah. If I could be Patrick, I would absolutely do it already. But I still have a few more years. But I was able to make this happen, so I can make another trip happen too. It's just as
Well, that's what I was just going
I
to
know
ask
a lot
you.
more now than I knew when I started this one.
Do you think that you'll do the same kind of thing again, save up a bunch of money so you can take a bunch of time off and do another big trip?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see on what the timelines of those are. There's some things that I've always wanted to go to the Pamir and that area, but maybe that's a 3-month trip instead of years or
Right.
however long I'm going to be gone. There's lots of options. It's really going to kind of depend on what I end up doing and what my job situation and options look like. I don't need too many things on my resume where I quit jobs to ride motorcycles around the world. Eventually, they're going to maybe catch on.
They might
Yeah.
figure that out.
They're like, every
one
8
time-
years, this guy goes for a ride for a year and a half. And it's been 6 years. I don't think I want to hire him.
Yeah. So one of them's easy enough to explain away.
Right. I had to do it. I just had to do it.
Well, you could be
But
like
there's
when you
certainly
were
a lot
taking
of
your trips. You could do like you took your trips over the summer and take your work laptop with you and get work done on the road.
I don't know how people do it. It's hard enough just trying to ride and see stuff. It is a full-time thing. And I mean, cleaning socks and underwear in the hotel sinks is dang near a full-time job when you do it on what you can carry in a motorcycle. You're constantly doing that. So I don't
That's
know
where
how
the
people work
Harley
and do
comes
it.
in handy. You've got a tour pack and saddlebags and a place to mount more bags. We got bags on our bags, dog.
I bet I have as much storage capacity as you do. You go pack it for camping and filming a YouTube channel, and then try to put socks and underwear in where you can fit.
Yep.
I'm bringing a trailer. I'm bringing a trailer.
You forget one thing, John. There's dirt roads involved.
I'll put knobbies on the trailer, no problem.
That'll help.
And a trike conversion kit on the Harley so it doesn't fall over and get scratched.
But you have another problem with trikes. With a motorcycle, you can move around potholes and things in the road. With 3 wheels, you cover like a whole 8 feet of road, and there's a wheel everywhere. There's no gap to pass those.
Oh, I know.
One of the wheels is going to hit.
I have seen the videos where people are doing that, and it's just like you don't have one track. You've got 3 tracks because you've got the front wheel and the 2 back ones, and some of the conversion kits use the rear wheel and just add outriggers. So then you have 4 wheels, but they're spread out in a configuration, and you're kung fu fighting. Everybody was doing it.
You could get a Ural.
Oh God, dude, I knew a guy that had one locally, and he was on the Capitol Beltway, and somebody swerved into his lane about 3 feet, and he ended in the ditch.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, the bike was fine. I don't even think it got a scratch, but it threw him off.
Right.
I'm all about the Ural, man. I think a Ural and a Golden Retriever might be my retirement plan.
Perfect.
Carson, shots fired. Shots fired. I blur my speedometer whenever I go above 40.
A Ural and a Golden Retriever. That's YouTube.
Oh, that would be
gold.
money. Yes, you need a dog.
Get some doggles. Get some doggles for the Golden Retriever. And
Yes. That's hilarious.
It is. That would be perfect. You got to grow your beard all the way out, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a Ural doesn't go fast enough to have the same problems. The problem is when the beard gets too long, my helmet only covers to about here,
Right.
where the chin bar is, and it just becomes a tangled mess all the time.
Well, that's how you
But
know
on
where
a
to trim
Ural-
it, right?
On a Ural,
That's
you
how
don't have
you
to worry about it.
Yeah, no, the trick is down here. You just go to the barber. They do the whole deal. Like when I cut this off the first time I went to a barber in Bogota, it took like an hour. They gave me a face massage and the whole hot towel treatment after they straight razored it. And
Nice.
they're meticulous. Like they do every little bit of hair around your ears into these perfect lines, and they're in there with.
Yeah,
Another
you're over there going,
Serious,
Another few years, they're going to do the hair inside your ear.
They already do that, and the nose hair.
Dewey, it's funny. Did you tell the guy, in an hour I'm going to be on a dirt road getting gravel in his beard, so we don't have to do all that?
My Spanish skills are enough that hoping that I didn't come out with lines in my hair was a real worry for me. It's hard to explain your haircut when you don't speak the language. And you don't know the questions they're going to ask you when you go to a barber here. Do you want a straight back or a rounded back? Do you want your sideburns and stuff like that?
Well, yeah.
But when you don't speak the language, it's quite hard to explain. I showed him a picture of myself with a fresh haircut and hoped for the best.
Yeah, down there you used the wrong word. You're getting the Sweeney Todd treatment.
Yeah, I really thought there's a popular hairstyle in Colombia. They call it a 7 because you basically they shave the side and then kind of like a mullet in the back, so it makes a 7 when you look at it from the side, and it's super popular with like the farmers and the more rural communities. I really thought about getting one while I was in Colombia. Just go for it.
It's a
Do
mullet.
they call it the Sieto? Or Siete?
Yeah.
See, I remember my high school Spanish.
Yeah, the language barrier though. I mean, that's a continual thing, but I'm getting there slowly.
I remember watching Pedro.
I haven't
watched
seen
Pedro in a long time.
Pedro's. I haven't seen his new stuff in Backpacking India, other than I know he's backpacking India. I haven't had a chance.
He's been too busy watching road reality videos, riding around the same neighborhood.
Well, that's probably up there with. I'm sure that you've seen in Long Way Round when Ewan and Charlie went to the bath in Kazakhstan, like the Kazakhstan spa bath, and those guys were just beating the crap out of them. Like they're laying on the floor,
Yes.
and these guys are just like scrubbing the skin off of their back and pounding them.
Did not look like it felt good at all.
Yeah, no, my haircut in Colombia was rather relaxing. It wasn't like that at all. They put a hot towel on and they have, kind of a little machine that they put on there and it, kind of vibrates and does its thing over the towel and it just kind of massages your face. So it was quite nice.
It sounds better than what the beatings.
Yeah, I think if I had a full face helmet and I had a beard, I would just put the helmet on and run the scissors along the bottom of the helmet and be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, stuff still blows around. It's and down here, all the hotels, most of the hotels, they give you soap and shampoo. Nobody has conditioner. I don't know if Latin America doesn't use conditioner, but if you have your beard without any kind of conditioner or oil in it, in the wind and it gets really dry, it just becomes a tangled mess. At least mine does.
Mine did last winter because I don't condition it. And last winter it was doing this in my footage. And I was like, yep, it's all tangled and I got to get a beard comb out and take care of that. I'm going to get a nice one this winter though, I think. because I'm gonna grow this thing down to like here this winter.
Bless you.
Yep. Gesundheit.
Salute.
That's Spanish,
Salute.
right?
Yeah, Gesundheit, yeah, it's definitely Spanish.
Lo siento. Lo siento. I know enough Spanish that when my kid comes home from school with a new word, I'm like, don't say that word in this house.
You probably know more than I do. The people love to try to teach me words and phrases. But it changes so fast, too. You know, they'll tell you something in Colombia, and they're like, we use this word for this, but in Ecuador, this word means that, and this word is this. And if you say this, it's a bad word for them, but we use it to, for some innate object. It's funny.
Yeah. It's like, what do they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris,
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
Carson, I'm too lazy to shave.
Yeah, still there?
Freaking retired guys, man. Retired people. So what else do you want to share with the crowd there, Dewey? I don't want to hear from Patrick anymore. Goodbye, Patrick. He froze up on me, didn't he? Help. I need help, Patrick.
He's not frozen.
Yep. I'm here. I can hear you.
So he was asking you what do you have that we haven't asked you yet?
What else do you want to tell everyone?
Ooh. I guess the big thing is go see places. You might be surprised at what your notions from what you see on TV and what our version of what we think these countries are like and what they're actually like can be quite different.
Okay.
The only way to see that and to gain that perspective is to go visit places and go see places.
Or talk to somebody who's doing it.
I've been I mean it still doesn't, I can say that it doesn't, you don't get a real understanding of it, places. My idea of what I thought Colombia was, other than some research on places I wanted to go, I know what you'd see on Netflix and the TV series that I was pleasantly surprised. I love Colombia. It was a very interesting place, and same with Peru. All that I knew was that Peru had Machu Picchu and mountains. I had no idea it had the deserts, and the way that people live in the desert is, vastly different. So you see a different side of culture that you may not even know was there if you don't go do it.
Or like where you're staying right now. That place is incredible.
Where I'm staying. Yeah. That was when I had dropped a pin on it because I'd seen, some other travelers go through here. Yeah, I think a few of us can relate to that one.
I'm going to go back to Smyrna Cowboys comment. For me, retired is like a Sunday because I used to have to work every Saturday. So every day's Sunday for me.
Much better.
You can't. You got to get that ADD under control so you don't go hit.
Why start now? Look, I made an internal promise, Dewey, that I would not kick you off the live tonight, given that you're experiencing some technical difficulties. So I got to pick on.
I'm kicking myself off the live. Yeah, I'm kicking myself off plenty. There we go. So, Patrick.
Well, all right. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
How many miles do you have on those tires that you got when you were up here?
So I put them on in Little Rock.
Yep.
It was about 1,300 miles from Little Rock to Miami.
Okay.
And then I think I have done 4,000 miles in South America on them.
Okay.
Or so.
So
So
is it going to be difficult to get new ones and get them put on?
To be determined. It depends on. I mean, getting them on, I can mount them myself. I have the stuff to mount a tire. It's getting them. And down here, labor, you can get anybody to do anything. It's that's not a problem. It's the material to do it. So we'll see. It depends on where I'm at when I need them. And
Okay.
um,
How
I'm
much
going to
longer
kind
do
of
you
have
think
to
you
keep
have?
as they start. I can probably get another 46,000 miles out of them. They're wearing really, really well.
What are you running?
The Mitas EO7, the original
Ah,
EO7, not the EO7 Plus, the
okay.
normal EO7.
Okay. Oh,
And yeah, it's been fantastic. I can go as fast as I want in corners on pavement, and
Let's wait.
I have
Let's.
surprisingly good grip even in the mud.
wow.
He can go as fast as he wants. You can go as fast as that 250 is going to push you. Let's not mince words.
Well, I can go. It doesn't matter how fast the 250 is pushing through a corner when you need to lean it over, right? That's lean angle and what you're doing. You don't need power for that. If I have 3 miles to get up to speed, I can take a corner as fast as I want.
Yep. Yep.
But
Okay.
yeah, no, I haven't lacked for grip riding with them,
Okay.
and pleasantly surprised even in the muddy stuff on the waterfall ride and things like that. Been pretty good.
Right.
So I've
Now,
been quite
I was
happy with
kind
them.
of
I
gonna
would run them
go.
again.
I was gonna kind of go individual questions, but I like the way Travis did it. How have you been servicing it, changing your oil and oiling the chain?
Funny
Uh oh.
enough,
Uh oh.
I changed oil today
Oh, okay.
um, in the hotel,
Just dunked it in the
which is
swimming
why
pool. And busted, he's riding a Honda CR250F.
CRF 250. Yep.
CRF 250, excuse me. This is why I got the ADV expert to ask the questions. I'm just a moderator.
All right. What are you showing us?
Let me see. Hold on. We can do this and do that.
That's a riot.
Yeah.
Change day.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the guy. I probably made his month, but I bought basically all my tours from that same guy to do the boat ride and dune buggies and the airplane in Nazca and all that stuff. So he was quite, he likes me because I spent a lot of money with him. Well,
Right.
relatively, right? Money and our money and their money, it's quite different. But so he was quite helpful. So he helped me. He came with me in a cab down into town to buy oil and all of that stuff, and then helped me change it
That's
out there
awesome.
to help get the bike up and all that stuff. And he found me a container to drain the oil in and all. So it was good times.
I love hearing those stories. That's just awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta agree.
Yeah. Oil changes is really the only big service I have to do. I'm really bad about chain maintenance, so I'm probably going to, have to do a chain before I would have if I was good about it. But it's one of those things that when you're on the road, it's hard to carry a full can of chain lube with all the other stuff. I couldn't find any of the travel size ones anywhere. And so, it's one of those, if I get 15,000 miles instead of 20,000 miles out of the chain because I don't take care of it, I get 15,000 miles. That's the nature of it. I'm not gonna fret about it. I'll change it when it needs it.
All right. Speaking of which, have you tightened the chain? Have you had to tighten the chain?
No, I haven't. I checked it just the other day and it was still good. So
And your sprockets are good?
yeah, the sprockets are still good. I know when I do a chain eventually, I'm going to need to do sprockets. I didn't do sprockets when I put the new chain on in Miami.
Right. Yeah.
I've been happy with the chain paste that I put on the bobber.
Yeah.
But when you ride off road, that just collects
Right.
the dirt and then it grinds.
Yeah.
You want stuff that keeps the dirt from being able to stick to the chain. That paste stuff is too sticky.
Yep.
Okay.
And that even goes if you were to take the bobber on roads that had like just a little bit of dirt, sand on them. You want to be careful of having the paste because it's glue. It's paste.
No. Well, I clean it and lube it every 500 miles. So
wow.
It's about once a year.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the thing about it is, the most important parts are lubricated and sealed with O-rings and X-rings and stuff in the chain. You're just keeping the rust away, and some of the side plates and where it interfaces with the sprocket is all that you're lubing. All the rollers, the important bits are all sealed, so you're not lubing them when you lube them. So I do not have an auto chain luber. That's one of those things that would probably have been good and would be nice, but it also is messy. You can sometimes
I was going to
depending on
ask
which ones you
Carson,
have
do
and
you
how
have
they
an
work.
auto chain luber?
Carson has everything.
Yeah, but does he use
Yeah,
one on his
Carson might.
bike?
Would a dry lube help? I have no idea. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't know if it could. I think that for the most part, they make like off-road lube and it's really thin. It just puts a small film on the, most of it is just to keep stuff off the metal so it doesn't rust. So, yeah.
Gotcha, Carson. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
do
part of it
stone
too is
wheels need
noise.
lubrication?
Stone wheels? What, on the Harley?
No,
No.
on the Africa
Carson.
Twin, Carson's bike.
Oh.
What year is
gotcha.
it? Like 94, Carson? Your bike?
He's not in the live stream. He's in the side chat. We're going to have to wait for that. While we wait, today's video sponsor is brought to you by Dewey Rides. Okay, it's a 93. See, that didn't take long. See, quick sponsored segments.
93.
Yeah, 93. Wow.
Yeah, but he takes unbelievable
Yeah,
care
the
of
bike
it. He knows
maintenance
how
is
to take care of
always
the
a
bike
big
better
worry,
than
though.
probably most of us.
Whoa. One at a time, fellas. One at a time. Dewey, go first.
I was gonna say bike maintenance is always a concern, but at the same time as down here, unlike in the States, 60% of the people, if not more, are riding a motorcycle every day. It's the main type of transport. So there's motorcycle shops everywhere. The only issue you have is if you're on a big foreign motorcycle, is you may not be able to find the parts for it. I had to do fork seals in Colombia, and that was super easy. We went to a Honda dealer. They didn't have the seals, and the guy popped on his scooter, rode all around town until he found seals that were the exact same measurements, and he put them in, done deal. Same with I had to do steering bearings in Colombia as well, and I was at Donkey Sunrise, and we just popped down to one of the local motorcycle shops. The guy says, "Yeah, I can do it right now." He sent us across the street to try to get the bearings. They had them in stock, luckily. Brought them back across. He put it up on the jack and popped out the steering bearings, put the new ones in, good to go. So
Nice.
there's always ways to do stuff, and in some ways it's easier here because you have so many mechanics, and it's really, as long as you can find the parts, you're good.
All right. Tell everybody who might not know what the deal is with motorcycles when you come up to a toll.
So there is no, in Colombia and in Peru, motorcycles don't pay tolls. In Ecuador, motorcycles had to pay tolls. So you'll see, I get quite frustrated because, and it's stupid, it's like 20 cents, and they use the US dollar in Ecuador. And so they charge you 20 cents. And like the first toll booth I got up to, I realized that there was no shortcut for the motorcycles. And the smallest bill that I had with me, because I had just gone to the ATM, was a $20 bill. So this lady gives me back a stack of dimes, and I tossed them all in my tank bag. And but then you're fumbling with gloves trying to find dimes. They had to pick the smallest change we have. It was
the smallest coin.
But yeah, I loved that in Colombia. Yeah,
So
I
you
love
just-
that in Colombia and in Peru. It's the same way. Is there's just a small lane on the right hand side of the toll booth that says motos, and you just zip through it and on your way. No, you don't even have to stop.
I wish they would do that here.
Yes, Carson, much cheaper. Labor rates are very, very different. Right, at a U.S. motorcycle shop, the shop rate you're going to pay for an hour of labor is going to be what, $100, $150, maybe more, depending on the dealer or what kind of shop it is. Down here, for my fork seals, which was 3 hours of labor including parts, I paid $58 for the whole thing.
Wow.
For parts and labor for full sales.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's bonkers, man. And no backups either. Like around here, you go to a Harley dealer, it's 2-3 weeks backup usually.
Yep.
No, these guys made time to help me out, and they stayed late. They normally close at 6 and didn't finish my bike until about 6:30 doing the fork seals. But
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That is so
Yeah.
cool.
and then they all come out because they don't see a bike like mine very often. They don't sell them anywhere in South America. So they were all excited. They all came out to take selfies with my bike, and we have to, share Instagrams, and they want to, do all that.
That's
So
awesome.
it's fun.
So
It's always
what is
an
like
adventure. Yeah.
so what is like the most popular bike down there?
Scooter.
Oh, okay.
Everybody rides scooters. You'll see 90-year-old women cruise around town and dress on their scooter.
Wow.
But other than that, lots of Chinese bikes, lots of little KTM's actually. The little is it a 190, the smallest KTM that they make?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they sell it in the States, but here they have
don't-
like a KTM 190 that is everywhere.
Carson would know better, but I don't think they sell those here.
I think the 390 is the smallest they sell here.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, I think the 390 is probably the smallest. The 390 is a massive motorcycle here. Most of them, their eyes get wide when they find out mine's a 250.
No
Oh man,
kidding.
now I got to ride my Harley down there because they've
I
never
let a
seen
kid take.
they've never seen a 1869 cc motorbike.
I mean, you see big stuff because there's travelers will come through with BMWs and stuff. I mean, they're there every once in a while, but you just don't see them very often. But yeah, I let one of the kids who helped me with the oil take my ride for a spin around the block today. He was so excited about it, and he rides an Italica 110, so he thought the 250 was just the greatest thing he'd ever ridden.
Yeah, Carson says he agrees the 390 is the smallest. We don't need facts to back it up. We're going to go with opinion today.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we could probably look it up online after the fact, but I think it's a KTM 190 that's so popular here because
Well,
they
what you need to
have
do
the plant in India where they make a bunch of small bikes. So I think that's where they're getting them from.
Send Tomek a message and ask him, 1, why he's not here watching, and 2, what's the smallest KTM?
He's off
Yeah,
riding
well,
the
in the
Tenere
States and what's
700.
here. Yeah, what's in the States and what's here are probably completely different.
Yes, this is whose line is it anyway? The
Yeah.
points don't matter, and Dewey is always wrong.
So, what has been your
Yep,
favorite
brought to you by-
food?
What's your favorite food, Dewey?
Oop, you froze up just as you asked that one. In South America or in total on the trip?
South America.
The Mexican food has not been beat. Okay, yeah, nobody has beat Mexican food yet. Mexico has the best food.
Mexico has the best Mexican food? Is that
No.
what you said?
No, Mexico's had the best food, period.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
Have you-
I had a couple of good dishes in Colombia. I had a really good hamburger in Colombia, if that counts.
Was it beef?
Yes, it was definitely beef. No, it was a good burger by any stretch, no matter how you find it. I've got to look it up. Saltado is a dish here in Peru. I just had it a couple nights ago.
But then he drank
And
too much
it's like
pisco
a-
and forgot about it.
No, it's like it's like a stir fried meat with onions and things like that, and then they serve it with like corn. It was on the side. It was really good. Yes, it's saltado. So I
What-
actually like that. It was one of the better meals I've had in a while.
What's the strangest thing you've eaten since you've been down there?
I don't get too adventurous, at least that I know of. Um,
What's the
Indian
strangest
Mountain
thing you
Boy,
know
yeah.
you've eaten?
I don't know that I've eaten anything really strange. Can't
Okay.
say that I did, other than chicken and French fries for breakfast. That was,
Right. Okay. So no fried rattlesnake or, you know.
No, and I'm in Peru and Ecuador. They serve, I forget, it's called cuy or koi or something, which is the fried guinea pig, roasted guinea pig
Okay.
with the skin on and all, and the face,
Ooh.
like you would do a big pig roast, but it's a little
it's
guinea pig.
Oh, that just doesn't
And they
even
serve it
sound
on a stick.
appetizing. What's up, Moto
Yeah.
Travels? How
Hey,
you doing,
Craig.
buddy?
Hey, Greg.
Craig, is Lucinda with you too?
Craig,
And a dying breed. What's up, buddy?
What
we're
what about the beer? What's the best and worst you've had?
Best two. There was a brewery in Bogota, right next to the school that I was taking Spanish classes in, and they had a couple of very, very, very good beers. I went there, I think, 4 or 5 times at least while I was in Bogota. I kept going back because I would try another brewery and it wasn't as good, so I'd go back to that one, and then I should probably try somewhere else and go to another brewery. It wasn't good, and I'd go back to that one. And this cycle kind of repeated the whole time I was there.
Okay.
So that was really good. And then I went to a little tiny brewery in a not a very big town, Ibarra, Ecuador, and they had actually really good beer and really good food. I really liked it. It was a good little find, and they were open on Sunday. I got into Ibarra on a Sunday, and so everything was closed except for the brewery was open. So it made my choice of what I wanted for dinner really easy, which would have been there anyway because I wanted a beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the biggest surprise that you've seen as far as food goes?
The koi is definitely the biggest surprise.
Okay.
Boy,
Yeah, which is the roasted guinea pig. It's kui or koi, or I don't know how you say it.
koi's the Japanese goldfish.
Well, this isn't Japanese. This is Spanish, so it's Spanish fried guinea pig. So,
Again, words being used by different languages for different meanings.
Yep.
Yep.
That's awesome. So
yeah,
they don't have McDonald's on every corner?
No,
One
no.
at a time.
You have to kind of get used to. Remember, the meat markets here, it's different. You'll just see full animals hanging on hooks as you're riding through the streets in open air, with trash all around, and you wonder about it. But yeah, that's
yeah.
I just don't ask. I had crickets. Yes.
You have had crickets.
Yes. I didn't. Yes, I didn't have them whole though. The place that I had them at, they will smash them up and then kind of like, so they weren't the whole cricket, and then they used it as a topping on kind of a stew dish they had. So I had them in that, but I did just have them by themselves, the whole cricket.
Did they have a hoppy flavor?
Oh.
No.
I'll
Shut
see
yourself
myself
up
out.
No, that was a bad joke.
Yep.
Yeah. Kick himself out.
Yep.
Yeah, the crickets weren't bad. I mean, they put a bunch of seasoning and spicy stuff on them. It's just kind of crunchy, and
So it's just cricket goo.
it's not goo. They're roasted, so they're like crunchy. It's like popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're actually chewy and not crunchy.
And the ones I had were crunchy. So
Okay.
maybe we had different crickets.
Have you eaten any of the bugs?
No.
Okay.
I don't plan to eat any other bugs other than the ones that occasionally fly into my mouth on the freeway or back roads. But that's motorcycling.
Yeah, we've all had that.
I don't. I have a riot shield. I don't have that problem.
Says the guy with a half helmet.
You know what? I don't eat bugs. I catch rocks to the face. I caught one 2 weeks ago right to the cheek, and it stung like the dickens. And I was like, ow, son of a biscuit. Because I even had my visor down, and it just hit right below it. And when I got to work, I went into the bathroom and I looked to see if I had a mark. And thankfully, I wasn't bleeding because that's been awkward.
I was following Roger not that long ago, and a bird flew in, hit the side of his helmet, dang near knocked him out.
Well, he was mad about the chickens.
He mad about chickens, yep.
Yeah, I'm with you, my done life.
Yeah.
I don't know how people ride with, especially like when I ride places in states like Idaho and stuff where there's no helmet law. And you see people doing 80, 90 miles an hour down the freeway with no helmet.
Yeah, it's insane.
I have no idea how they do it. It's so uncomfortable. I don't like riding 25 miles an hour with my visor up because of the wind in my eyes. I don't know how
Right.
people do it without a helmet.
Yep.
Riot Shield. I have the scallop deal with the curvy thing on it, and then the little things on the bottom of the fairing, the whole fairing. And so I've got like this whole bubble around me that only rocks can penetrate.
You know,
If I
what
wanted
I'm
that, I'd
riding,
drive a
right?
car.
Most of the time.
Go ahead, Patrick.
You know I ride a Goldwing, right?
Yes.
And I still want my helmet.
You're not as tough as me.
Yep, that's it.
And I have better audio than both of these guys. So
you have
what is
better you have better audio editing
end product?
end product.
Mic drop. Yeah.
Tomato.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the wind noise. What? You know what's funny is Dewey uses a lot of the same software I use.
I don't. You can
Yeah.
tell.
Oh yeah, definitely, Corey.
Okay.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
But
I'm working on some. Go ahead, Dewey.
I was going to say that I'm busy actually riding every single day to mess with my audio that much. So I just get what I get.
This is true. I will tell you, I'm working on a couple of secret sauce innovations that will be hitting the interwebs in the next couple of months over the winters to give people an idea of what they can do in the springtime. But I've started the Road Reality 4.0 audio system, and it's gotten even better. So I got some secret things in the works, and I'm excited. Huh?
More gaffer tape?
No. No more gaffers tape. No more gaffers tape. And Carson's on Team Dewey here.
Yep.
But he also wants to know, what do you use, Patrick? Patrick uses 2 tin cans and a string.
I have a GoPro Hero 7 with the audio adapter, and I have 2 microphones running into that GoPro. One microphone is right near my earpiece so that you can hear whoever's talking to me, mainly Roger. And then I have the other microphone somewhere near my mouth so you can hear me when I'm talking. But I did run into some issues not too long ago where there was echo, there was muffling, and I've had to bounce things around a little bit.
But I think I never
Oh no, it's happening again.
problem hearing you or
I edit with OpenShot. It's a free video software.
And I think Dewey was saying he could hear you just fine in your videos, Patrick.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
There's one coming out soon that you can tell I'm definitely muffled, but it should only be one.
that happens sometimes. Well, it's gonna be interesting. I just downloaded a bunch of footage off my GoPro. I think my microphone went out. Luckily I have a spare, so I need to switch it. But I basically just got static for like a week's worth of riding footage. So I'll be doing a lot of voiceover work.
Yeah, you will.
And music,
Yep.
Luckily, you know somebody who could narrate your voiceover for you. You just have to send me a script, and I could narrate it for you.
I'd have to sit down and write a script.
Well, you could send me the footage and just have me edit it, and then I could do my own voiceover. And here is the Dewey in his natural habitat.
I was gonna say I don't know if I trust you that much, John.
Well, I don't have permission to just upload to your channel, so you'd have
That's
to
true.
watch it
That's
first
true.
anyway.
Yeah, no,
I want
I had no problem letting you edit my one video with the with my audio, but giving you full voiceover control, that's a whole new level of trust right there.
That could be
Yes,
scary.
that's right. Oh yeah. Hey, I got a question for you. How are the Hero 10s working out for you?
Hit and miss. I mean, everything's hit and miss. I mean, the biggest hurdle that I figured out is that I am really bad about knowing when my battery's dead. So, actually, lately, because Peru's northern part wasn't interesting enough, I've only been doing the one camera thing. I just reach up and hit the button when I want to start it
Okay.
on my helmet. I haven't even been using the remote or the other ones. But yeah, I mean, it's been working well when the battery's not dead, but I always run out of battery, and I don't realize it until I've said something really important on something I really wanted to film, and then I figure out that my battery was dead, and half an hour down the road I put new batteries in, but I missed whatever it was that I wanted to film.
Yep.
So you've got a helmet cam, right? And then you've got one that's aimed back at yourself, right? So when when you hit the remote and the one facing you doesn't come on, wouldn't that be a dead giveaway that you might need a battery swap?
The one facing me doesn't have a medium mod, so it's not the first one whose battery dies. The one with the medium mod goes through the batteries faster. It's always the helmet one that dies first.
Jason, I am very interested in seeing what happens there because I saw the ace, but I also saw a few things I didn't care for on it. So I'll be looking out for your videos. Jason hasn't posted a video in 3 months. 3 months for the European viewers.
Yeah, I'm interested too. I mean, I'm happy with the GoPros because the picture's quite good, the stabilization's good, and that's the most important thing to me. But yeah, I just need to be better about knowing when my batteries die. That's my biggest issue.
Yeah, I've had that happen many times. Roger just posted in there. He's talking about the bird I mentioned hitting him in the helmet. Yeah, it hit him hard. Like I said, we had to pull over. I thought he was gonna go down. But of course,
Travis thought that was going to happen to me at VAM when that deer cut across in front of me.
Right.
That was close.
Yeah. A deer getting close or a bird making impact. I can't imagine if that bird had hit you with your helmet, John.
Oh, a bird hitting my helmet, I'd be hosed. Or did you mean the other John?
Not you.
Oh yeah, bird hits my helmet, I'm hosed because it's going to hit my face, and then I won't be this handsome individual anymore. And yeah, that would not be.
And yeah, Carson. Carson lives in Deer Alley, so.
Yeah, he said, Matt, how bad his truck looked. Imagine what a motorcycle would do. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, not something I want to do. I have a friend who hit a deer a couple of years back. It was so bad.
Yeah,
bad outcome. Not something
that would be very bad.
Yeah, lots of recovery time. It's not fun. I mean, it's obviously like anything. You hit anything, and it's whatever the luck of how you fall or where you fall or whatever matters. But yeah, no desire.
That's why you ride a Goldwing. You don't fall.
I have.
Well, we saw you in the parking lot.
Yep.
But if you're out on the road and something hits you, the bike just bounces back, doesn't it? It's got auto stabilization.
You've seen the color of my bike. Nothing hits it.
Thank you. You know what? I'll take the hair compliment.
I did dump the Goldwing one time on the road, but that was black ice. But as far as critters go, it's like looking into the eyes of the sun. They run the other way.
Lucky you. I've gotten desensitized to the amount of, horses and donkeys and cows and everything on the roads here. It's just normal occurrence now. You swerve and miss it. Everybody does it. Everybody swerves and misses them. They're part of the traffic flow down here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If the deer would keep still, it'd be a whole lot easier to navigate around them.
Yeah.
Roger and I deal with deer and bears.
Lots of bears. Didn't you have a video you put out with the bears?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just deal with a lot of dum-dums on their phones. Phone zombies.
Yeah. I could not ride in the traffic that you do on a daily basis. I'd be so stressed out.
That's why I stopped commuting on my bike years ago. I used to commute on motorcycles when I was but yes, I stopped because it just wasn't fun anymore. It was so stressful. It's like I'd rather sit in my car comfortably, my heated seats on, and not get so upset. I'm not as willing to, on the motorcycle, you're so aware of how dangerous whatever somebody does is that I'm willing to get upset about it. In my car, I'm less willing to get upset about it.
When I was still working,
Stop mentioning retirement, Patrick.
I would commute home using the Blue Ridge Parkway. So the commute was still really great and knocked down the stress level a lot.
See,
instead of increasing it.
And that's my technique. Because if I didn't commute, I would lose 90% of my miles, right? Because I got the kids at home and everything else, so time is limited. So when I commute, I slog down the highway to get there, and I make it as exciting as I can. And then riding home, I've got those back roads I've shown 1,000 times on the channel. And the last 10 minutes is highway and then city traffic, and then I'm home. So it's not that bad. And the stress relieving factor of those few little back roads I'm winding around, it can't be measured.
Craig put a comment in here that a bird hit his cheek in North Carolina. Thank God Lucinda was on the back with him. My question is, where in North Carolina were you? And then Carson put that he doesn't ride to and from work when it's dark, which when my commute would be in the dark, I wouldn't ride either. If I knew I wasn't going to be going in or coming home in the dark, I wouldn't ride.
Yeah, definitely.
There's just too many.
Yeah, we have a lot of deer. We get the deer because they built all the houses where the deer are supposed to live. So they're on the roads.
Having been to Carson's house, I would not ride around Carson's house at dusk unless that area is just going to be full.
Yeah, Roger and I, same thing. At dusk around here, if I go over to Roger's house, even when it's not time for the deer to be out, I will see 12 deer over near his house. It's scary.
Yeah, wildlife, nothing to mess with on a bike.
No. Salty's telling a story where the guy that he's talking about hit a deer. His uncle hit the deer and then hit another deer on his way home with the other bike. He had 2 bikes totaled in the same day.
Apparently, lightning might not strike twice, but deer do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I once totaled a car and went to the rental place, picked up a rental car for the week until I could get a replacement. And on the way home from that, almost got hit by a box truck. Nice. I swerved into the shoulder, and he slid past me, and he got up to the point where his door was next to my door, and I was like, hey. And he's like, thanks for moving over. I couldn't have done anything else. I was like, because you weren't paying attention. So didn't quite come close to totaling 2, but fairly close.
Yeah, Craig, I want
to know what the insurance adjuster said.
Oh, the insurance adjuster had to be beside himself in Salty's case.
Do you believe that story? I would. Sorry, I would be questioning that, right? You rode off both bikes on the same day with deer. Come on.
Oh yeah, the insurance adjuster's like, yeah, right. And then if you see them,
But for Craig's previous comment, he put that south of the Tail of the Dragon on a track called the Wolf. I don't know that one, but yeah, I can. The birds around here are pretty vicious too.
Oh, he was on. Yeah, he was on the wolf when the bird hit him.
Right.
Oof. The wolf and the bird. All these animals. All this animal talk. Now I'm hungry.
Yep.
HH Plymouth over there, putting up for the winner. Yep. I'm the same way, man. 40 versus 15.
Yep. Isn't HH Plymouth? Aren't you from Minnesota?
That would be a good reason to put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, we got rebuild videos coming. Salty Badger.
Wow. Nice. So, Dewey, you're leaving tomorrow. You're going to get on a tiny little plane. Oh,
Yep.
Iowa. Okay. You're going to do a tiny little plane, cruise around and do the whole sightseeing thing, and then you're going to start heading south. Now that you're heading south again, are you going to be trying to hurry up and get to where you're going, or are you going to start taking the back roads again?
No, it's a lot of miles. I'm going to be basically highway until Santiago, Chile.
Okay.
Well, as much highway as things are here, because even when there's a highway, it'll just suddenly end into surface streets in a town. And you have to finagle your way through them, and then the
Okay.
highway starts on the other side of town. So
And that's because you want to get to where your family's going to be so you can all meet up for Christmas.
and I want to be able to get to southern Patagonia while the weather's good. So it's both,
Okay.
Kind of the bonus is, right, if I make one happen, the other happens. If I don't make either of them happen, then neither of them happen. They kind
Right,
of go
okay.
together.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
And Santiago is beautiful, by the way. My wife went there about 10 years ago on a trip, and she sent me pictures.
I've had hit and miss reports from people who've said that since COVID, there's a lot of problems. Santiago's not what it used to be. But we'll see. I'll wait till I get there.
As usual, my info is outdated.
Well,
Roger-
a lot changes in 10 years because a lot of people say Santiago's a beautiful city, but then I've talked to people who've been there recently that said that it's not. It's there's a big homeless problem, things like that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Like, whoa.
Roger put on there, we were riding the MABDR and we're cruising along the road and a bear was running beside us and actually cut in between us as we were riding. And of course, between us, we've got 4 cameras. Not a single one was on.
That's the way it works.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
That's how it goes.
Yep. And of all the deer we saw, I think I got on film 1.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so, but yeah, they're everywhere. It's crazy.
I only see deer when I run my 360 camera, and it's on the side of the road where the 360 camera is mounted. So, like one of my recent videos, I put the 360 cam on the left, and that's where the dang deer was. So, I got to stop bringing my 360 cam out.
Right.
Yeah, that's the solution.
Thank you, Mike. Mike's one of the crew. He hangs out with Doc Harley and them. And so Doc had him on the channel on a live stream the other day. And he's doing some cool stuff. He's actually I apologize if I get it wrong, but he's an amputee below the knee on the left leg, but he still rides.
Good.
So, yeah,
Good
he's
for
got
him.
a hell of a prosthetic. I'll find his channel and link it in the side chat. He did a short recently where he had he showed how the prosthetic came off.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Do you have a suicide shift, or how are you handling shifting if it's your left? It's your left leg, if you don't mind me asking.
He probably rides an Africa Twin.
I don't know. You know what we can do? We've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. You guys, you want to open it up to the side chat to see if they want to pop on stream?
Heel to toe shift.
The heel toe.
Okay.
So your you have enough control with the prosthetic. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
His prosthetic has like triple connections because it's got a pin and a sleeve and a cuff and all this other cool stuff that holds it up. Yeah. Mike, hit me up on Instagram. Send me a link to your channel. I can't find it for some reason.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, you should put a link to Dewey's channel too, so people can see his South America adventures.
I did it earlier. I will do it again.
Yeah. Tell them to go watch the waterfall video that hardly anybody watched. It has my lowest view count in a long time, and it was my favorite video that I've done in a long time. So.
That video was
the way that it
incredible. I
always
can't
works.
believe nobody's watching it.
You know,
Yeah, no, it had like 60 views or something the last time I looked, which
I think it's your titles.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what the video is really about.
I think so too.
I was going to ask
think
about
so.
that, Dewey. You've had quite the experience lately with falling stats.
I mean, I always follow stats because I'm a nerd, but
No, you
And,
fall
yeah.
stats, but your stats are falling.
oh yeah, my stats are falling. But I don't know if it's thumbnails. I don't know if it's the titles and the people they're trying to reach. I don't know. But I make my videos, so yeah, I get them for when I'm old and I can rewatch them.
Exactly. Make them for you. Everybody else can go pound sand. I like it. Dewey hates his
Yeah.
viewers. Film at 11.
Everybody that's watched that waterfall video has loved it, me included.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of great feedback from the people who did watch it, but it was everybody else. I guess I'm 81 views, 2% click-through rate, 4 minutes and 51 average view duration on it. It's a long video. It's like 13 minutes or something. So 451 is not a great retention time.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to share my latest video stats with you then.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to be jealous about it. I'm glad to see you do well because you've had a couple of big videos lately that have taken off. So
I've been playing with the SEO. I've been playing with the SEO, man, and my latest video is 22 minutes long and has a 7-minute average view duration with a similar click-through rate. So
they're watching 1/3 of your video.
Yeah, but I haven't nailed down why. I have a few ideas, and I'm trying to work that into more videos. But I've been working on the SEO, doing the keywords and stuff, and trying to get the description nailed down to where it's got like a narrative that has big keywords in it that are searchable and still relative. So people that click on it might be, subject adjacent, but might still get a lot of entertainment out of it. So I don't know. It's one of those things Dewey and I have been talking about for years, and I got to get him. I want Dewey on the next level because I'm over here doing this level and Dewey's doing this level, but our views and stats are flip-flop. So I want Dewey to be brought up a little bit. Patrick, he's retired. He doesn't need the money. But if we can get Dewey paid, then Dewey can keep doing what Dewey loves to do.
Yeah, I don't need to get paid for it. You know what? I do it because I enjoy it, and I do it because I'm having an adventure. So I share it with whoever wants to watch it, whether they, whoever that is, however many that is, it is what it is.
I did an experiment where I typed up, like in 3 or 4 consecutive videos, I typed up this really in-depth description about the video and used all the different keywords and all this stuff. And at the end of it, I put on there at the end of it, if you've read this description, please let me know. One person read one person reacted that they read the. Yeah, I just don't think people read them.
I didn't know that. That's gonna, I've talked about it before that even if I got monetized, I wasn't sure that I was going to enable it because I don't want to have mid-roll ads in any of my stuff. I think I want people to get to experience the place that I'm at, and that interruption will ruin it no matter how you do it. So,
but doesn't YouTube monetize videos anyway? Don't they add ads to videos anyhow?
They can, but I don't think they'll mid-roll non-monetized channels video. They'll do it at the beginning, but I don't think they do mid-rolls unless you're monetized. At least now.
So
I honestly don't know. When Dewey watches one of my videos, he goes, "John, that mid-roll ad is in the wrong spot, then I'll go in and I'll tweak it. But other than that, I'd let YouTube do what they're going to do. And you know what? If somebody complains, I'll adjust, but nobody's complained yet.
Carson asked earlier, are you passing out stickers and stuff?
I am. I put them up at quite a few places. I put them up. I ordered some more stickers while I was back in Portland between the DR getting stolen and leaving for Miami. So I believe I gave both Carson and you some of the new ones that I don't think other people have seen much of, the round ones.
Yep.
But yeah, I put those round ones up quite a few places, and I've given them to quite a few people, passed them around. If people ask or are interested, I hand it to them. I need a better system for getting one out with my glove, because a lot of times in traffic, motorcycles will pull up next to me and ask me if I have an Instagram or YouTube because they see the motorcycle and the foreign plate and everything.
Right.
And I point them to the sticker on my bike, and they're pulling out their cameras and trying to take pictures of it at stoplights and stuff to get the channel. If I could be able to easily hand them one, it would be really nice. But yeah, I haven't figured that out yet.
So, a quick story. Roger and I, Dewey, you haven't seen the video. I think John has. When Roger and I were on the MABDR, we ran into this young couple in a van that were stuck on one of the dirt roads. And we got them out of the situation and all that. Well, come to find out, they have a YouTube channel. It's very small at the moment, and they've just started. But they commented on my video that they were in. So I went and checked out their video. They had actually done a video and took the clip from my video and put it in their video. But their video is entirely in Spanish.
Oh.
So Roger and I were trying to watch this, trying to decipher what they were saying, how they got to my clip that they used in their video. It just turned into just so much fun seeing their video with my clip in it.
Yeah,
So
you should have been
Patrick,
able to. YouTube will do auto closed captions, and you can do them in another language.
Yeah,
I did that.
and I ended
I
up doing that eventually. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because I don't do other foreign language subtitles, but I know, a bunch of the people that I met in Mexico and stuff will watch my videos and they do the Spanish subtitles.
Right.
It's not 100%, but it gives them the idea.
and that's exactly what this was. It was fun to go through and read what they were actually saying in English, translated as close as they could, and listen to them talking, because when we got them rescued, Roger had been on the road before, and he told them, you don't have that far to go, because they were considering turning around. Well, in their video, there was a long way to go. It was a lot longer than we thought. And they made some comments in the video about the young girl was actually doing this with her arms and everything. And when it was in Spanish, we were just laughing like, what the hell is she doing? But when we translated it, she was saying we were going over all these bumps and it was just horrible. It was actually pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, I watched their video. I put it in the subtitles as well. And I was like, oh, hey, I know that guy, Motoramblings. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Fun fact, 12% of my viewers have the closed captions on. YouTube will tell you.
It's because they don't want to hear you.
I don't blame
they
them.
have you on mute.
I can't blame him, really. And poor Craig, he's talking about making videos that are shorter than 8 minutes. I tried to make it short. It was 5 minutes long. I just don't have it in me to make these short form videos.
I'm not monetized, but I was still trying to keep mine under 7 or 8 minutes for the longest time. And then I ended up doing a couple of videos that were longer. And I'm like, you know what? This is actually kind of easier to edit. So, now it's just however long it takes. Most of them are still 8-9 minutes, but I think I just did one from the MABDR that was 20 some odd minutes.
Yeah, dude, I wrote today for an hour and I have 28 minutes of footage. and it's all me talking the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, those are long videos. That's more than a bathroom break. So they're long.
Yep.
If you're a federal government worker, like the Postal Service, don't you get a half-hour bathroom break every hour?
Yeah, in the back of a postal truck. Sure, that'll work out well.
Dewey, you look like you have something you want to say.
No, I was actually going to say we're coming up on 2 hours, and I have to repack the motorcycle stuff so I can leave in the morning. So this might be a reasonable time for me to bounce out of here.
That sounds good. Patrick, do you want to keep going, or do you want to go to bed?
I think
That
Dewey
would be
was
a good
just
time
going to
for
say,
any
unless we
last
have more
burning
questions.
questions. Yeah, if you have some burning questions that you still
Yeah,
want, or if
put
anybody
it-
in the
put it
side
to
chat
the-
has some questions. But
Yeah, put it to the live chat now. I'm going to check my notes and see what I had. See, I think I covered all the questions I had.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to take guesses as to what's in his fridge.
Go ahead.
The
guessing
fridge
Gatorade.
behind him. I'm guessing there's 7 Gatorades of 3 different flavors, and then there's 10 pounds of deer meat, 5 pounds of ground beef, probably a couple of brewskis, and maybe some wilted vegetables.
I don't drink, I don't hunt, and I only drink red Gatorade. That help?
Yep, I'm wrong on all accounts. We can't actually see it.
Oh, you can't see it. I have a case of water, a couple gallons of milk, some eggs, some Gatorade, and some soda.
If you just need bread, you can have French toast, Patrick.
Yeah. And then all the frozen foods that she cooks.
Hey, there you go. Craig wants to meet up in Oregon when you get back. Coincidentally,
Yeah, no, for sure, Craig. Yeah, I mean, keep in touch with what your guys' travel schedule is too. There's always a reasonable chance that we might be close enough somewhere in between what you're doing this year and me. So we just never know. Just shoot me a message when you guys are heading somewhere near where I might be at.
For HH Plymouth, I just wanted to comment. I had family for a little while that lived in Storm Lake, Iowa. I know Iowa is a huge state, but you know where Storm Lake is?
And do you have any more questions for Dewey, Patrick? Don't forget.
Do not. He answered all my questions.
He answered all my questions.
Nope. All I want to know now is when he's going to be in Western North Carolina so I can ride with him.
It'll be someday. I'm not committing to any dates at this point. Maybe 2025, maybe 2026. Yeah. So Peru in April. I might be back Peru April-ish, Craig. So that's definitely an option. I don't know how fast. I don't know exactly what my turnaround looks like, and I want to go through Bolivia because I'm skipping it now, so I don't have to pay the visa fees and all that mess twice. And I'm going to catch it on the way back. But I would guess sometime late spring, Peru, Bolivia are back on my list as well.
Yeah. I don't know where either of those places are. HH Plymouth and Dewey and Craig. That would be an awesome video. You guys meeting up all the way down in Peru.
I agree. I put Craig's that way.
I adore Craig and listen. It was great meeting Craig in person when I got to meet him in Portland on his way back from Mexico the first time. So I'd love to meet up again if it works out.
Yeah, I missed them when they were down here. Would have been awesome to go meet up with them.
Oh yeah, I put Craig's channel in the side chat. So Everybody go check out Craig's channel over there. I don't know, it's over that way somewhere. Anyway, go check it out. It's in the side chat. Travis wants to know if I'm opening up. I think what we're going to do is shut this one down and start a new live stream. And anybody that wants to jump in, I'll just post the link. So a couple of minutes after we end here, I'll start a new one and we can keep going. So anybody that wants to stick around, we're going to do that in a couple of minutes. We're going to have another live because I want to try to keep Dewey separate from everything else because he messes up everything he touches. I'm kidding, of course. Dewey's one of my best buds, so I don't get twisted, Dewey.
That's why you can get away with saying that.
Yeah, well, I edited one of your videos.
It was fantastic chatting with both of you. It's always fun to get to talk to some familiar faces.
Oh, absolutely.
And we love it too.
Oh, dude, this is tickling me pink. And I got out of putting the kids to bed tonight. So thanks for that.
It's always good to see you.
And we'll do another one, maybe time after Christmas. We'll do one and see where I've got to and see how the whole plan to get south by Christmas went.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds great. Oh, that is awesome sauce. I look forward to that. I think Patrick's going to host that one. Unless you guys like my hosting, I don't know.
I'll work on getting better internet.
Circle back.
I love hosting them just as much as I love being here. So, but yes, safe adventures. And,
yep.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we're going to give each person up to a minute. We're going to give each person up to a minute. We're going to start with Patrick. And Patrick, do you have any closing words?
All I want to do is just say I'm envious as heck because I don't have the guts to do what you're doing. And keep us posted on what's going on. I love the fact that I see all the pictures and stuff on Instagram and Facebook and all the videos. I'm really looking forward to seeing some pictures and stuff from this airplane ride you're about to take. I think that's going to be cool. And I imagine you have some drone footage.
I look forward to sharing it.
You have some drone footage of Cuachita or wherever it is you are?
No, I have some drone footage from Colombia. I crashed the drone. My sister's bringing me drone parts at Christmas. So there's not a lot of drone footage in the in-between, but yeah,
okay,
we'll get that taken care of.
Right. Okay. Cool. My minute's up. John, you're muted.
You're muted, John.
Oh, shoot. I'd have some screw up. Anyway, I've heard enough of Patrick's voice. Dewey, any final thoughts?
Hey, thanks for taking the time to chat, and for everybody who took the time to watch and is interested in what I'm doing. I appreciate it, and it's nice to know that there are people who, are interested in following along. That helps keep me motivated to keep taking pictures and keep spending the time to edit while I'm on the road. So I really appreciate it, and thanks to John and Patrick both for taking time out of their day to do a live stream and chat with me. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And you know what? I want to thank both Dewey and Patrick for coming on the live tonight, and I want to thank everybody watching. And please go subscribe to these guys. They're putting out some great content. So don't just watch Road Reality videos. Watch Dewey's videos and Patrick's. They are well worth the investment in time. And again, thank you everybody for watching. Apologies to Matt Damon. We ran out of time tonight.
Okay,
and we're going to start live in just a couple of minutes. So we're going to go do that. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.